You know what's funny? Some of my favorite watches didn't come from Switzerland. They didn't came from Japan either. They came from Aliexpress. And honestly, I didn't expect much at first. I thought these watches would feel cheap, disposable, just another hype purchase. But somehow, these two watches ended up having more personality than the pieces that cost way more. Today, I want to talk about two best watches I ever bought from Aliexpress. The Seagull 1963 and Merkur Pierre Paulin jump hour. And the crazy thing is, they don't just look good on camera. They actually make me feel something when I wear them. And what I love most about these watches is they don't feel like cheap alternatives. They feel original. One has military history behind it. The other feel like weird vintage dress watch that shouldn't exist anymore. And honestly, that's why I connect with them so much. Because in a world where so many watches look exactly the same, these actually have personality. So first, the Seagull 1963. And this watch feels like a tiny time machine. The first thing you notice is how vintage it feels. The proportions, the cream dial, nothing about it feels modern. And that's exactly why people love it. Even winding it feels satisfying. You can actually feel the movement working. And that's something you just don't get from most watches today. What makes this watch even crazier is the history behind it. The original Seagull 1963 was developed for Chinese Air Force pilots back in the 1960s. And the movement inside, the ST19, is based on an old Swiss Venus 175 chronograph caliber, which is insane when you think about it, because mechanical chronographs are usually expensive, really expensive. But this thing still gives you that old school mechanical experience for a fraction of the price. And honestly, that's the part of the magic. And if you're into watches, you know how special a mechanical chronograph feels. The pushers have this soft click to them. The movement has life, the ticking sound, the winding resistance. It feels mechanical in the best possible way. This isn't one of those watches you just throw on and forget about. It makes you interact with it. And somehow, that creates more connection. And visually, this watch has so much charm. The blue hands, the warm dial, it doesn't scream for attention. But if someone knows watches, they instantly recognize it. And I kinda love that. But then, there is this thing. And honestly, this watch makes even less sense. Also, if you enjoy videos like this, consider subscribing. I started this channel because I genuinely love watches, and it's really cool seeing other people enjoying these little details too. Anyway, let me show you this thing. This is Merkur Pierre Paulin jump hour. And I think this might be one of the coolest watches you can buy under $200. Because look at it. It feels elegant, vintage, almost artistic. And somehow it came from Aliexpress. The Salmon dial alone looks incredible. And what's crazy is it constantly changes depending on the light. Sometimes it looks pink, sometimes copper, sometimes almost gold. Cameras doesn't fully capture it. This is one of those watches that looks way better in real life. But the real reason this watch feels special is jump hour complication. Instead of using traditional hour hand, the hour appears inside a little window, and every hour it instantly jumps to the next number. It's such a small detail, but it completely changes how the watch feels. There is something weirdly satisfying about it, and honestly, it feels like a tiny piece of vintage watchmaking history. What I love about this watch is that it doesn't try to look like a Rolex. It doesn't try to feel flashy, it's just different and confident about it. It feels niche, like something you'd randomly discover in a small vintage watch shop, not on Aliexpress. And that's exactly why I love it. And honestly, these watches reminded me why I even started collecting in the first place. Not for status, not for flexing, just because watches are cool. Tiny little machines with personality. And somehow, these two affordable AliExpress watches ended up giving me more emotion than a lot of expensive pieces, which is kind of funny. I think that's why these watches feel so special to me, because they remind me that collecting watches doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes, the most interesting pieces are the ones you least expect. If you want to check them out, I'll leave both watches linked below. And now I'm curious, what's the best watch you've ever found online? I still think AliExpress has some hidden gems out there. And if you enjoyed this type of content, click that subscribe button. I have a lot more watch videos coming soon. Vintage watches, affordable watches, weird watches, probably way too many watches. But yeah, thanks for watching.